Good morning, everyone. So my name is Stefan Wendt. I'm from Orange, and within Hexa-X-II, I'm the leader of Work Package 1. Let's start here. So the presentation today we will have now is about 6 use cases and requirements and the drivers, worker needs. So just as an introduction, sustainability and sustainable value-driven approach for 6G. So this is what we are talking about here. So Work Package 1 is value requirements ecosystem. We have an overall objective to set the prerequisites to define a 6G system and prerequisites, and that's important, the foundation of the 6G design, integrate environmental, social, and economic sustainability. That's our first objective. And second objective, just coming behind, is to define use cases and determine the requirements to drive the 6G design. And another objective is then to come and to connect to the business ecosystem and anchoring the 6G in society. So 6G, we have to design 6G to deliver value and to be sustainable. So that's the main message to keep in mind. And sustainability is the key value, the driver in Hexa-X-II. And this concerns the 3 pillars. So we heard it already in the previous speech. We're talking about here environmental sustainability, on social sustainability, and this includes trustworthiness and inclusion, digital inclusion, and for sure economic sustainability. So we have here a kind as well of duality between sustainable 6G. So 6G inherently should, of course, meet sustainability commitments. But we have also the other aspect, 6G for sustainability, having 6G-based services to enable other sectors or verticals to minimize their impact. So by the use case they would execute. And we want as well involve here the society. So society feedback, the value that brings 6G on how is this addressing the needs and concerns from the society. And then we define use cases and requirements. And the aim is to then extract requirements, key performance indicators, and key value indicators. So key values, new concept as well. And of course, analyze stakeholder and ecosystem models. So here is, first of all, to identify the stakeholders and to define business and revenue models and establish this 6G ecosystem. Have a look on what is the difference to the 5G ecosystem. So in the figure on the right, you have these principles. So the main 3 pillars on sustainability in the middle, that's very important. So environmental, social, and economic sustainability. And then, defining the use cases and requirements. So we have a task on each of these topics. So the first 3 tasks are on the pillars here on social, environmental, and economic sustainability. Then we have a task defining on use cases and requirements and working on these KPIs or the values. Another task on analyzing stakeholders and ecosystem models. And finally, a task on gathering the feedback then from society on the value of 6G. Work at a glance, so not to do a deep dive here, just it was shown on a nicer slide before, just to tell you that we finished one first deliverable in June last year on rival goals for the 6G design, the initial set of use cases and sustainability guidelines for the design of 6G. Now we just finished in December last year our second deliverable on the 6G use cases and requirements. So here, consolidated view on the use case and requirements. And that's we will see this afterwards here. We had a little section on scenario for channel model and with regard to the use cases and the first insights of the business and revenue model for the 6G ecosystem. We will go on, then soon we will have a deliverable on environmental and social impacts. And at the end of the project, summarizing all, let's say, on the 6G value requirements in the ecosystem. So this goes on, and we will then go deeper in a comprehensive view of the business ecosystems, analyze the challenges and risks that we have to meet all the sustainability constraints, and include all this feedback from society before summing up all our work in the final deliverable. Okay, coming to use cases. So here, use cases. So we, of course, are Hexa-X-II. So there was the Hexa-X-I project. So Hexa-X-I came up with the first set of use cases. And for 6G, we saw this in the introduction by European Commission as well. Hexa-X-II is widening this aspect and especially going to the three axes of sustainability: environmental, social, and economic. So this goes beyond only considering energy consumption aspects, for instance. And so our starting point was to take these use cases, and if you have new ideas, bring new ideas in it and rework all the use cases and families. So this work targeted then the creation of 6 new use case families. So 6 new use case families were the outcome. And we grouped all the use cases into families. So that's the main point here, and always having the sustainability aspects in mind. And now there are a lot of use cases. One use case per family was chosen to represent the family, and we call it the representative use cases. So we have 6 representative use cases as well. And that's for deeper analysis. You will see this next slide on sustainability, which is quite new as well. Okay, here are the 6 use case families, and in bold, the representative use case, which is highlighted for each use case family. So the first family is here the immersive experience family. So this contains use cases based on extended reality technologies, including use cases such as seamless immersive reality, immersive education gaming, live and interactive immersive content creation. It allows real-time interaction, collaboration, or presence in different mixed or augmented reality environments. Then we have the collaborative robots family, which are the main use case on cooperative mobile robots. It involves autonomous connected robots, embodied robot with moving, sensing, communication abilities. This allowed them to execute actions or specific tasks in different scenarios. For instance, we have industrial manufacturing here. And then we have the physical awareness family. Here represented the representative use case, network-assisted mobility. This refers to use cases that mainly require sensing, positioning to enable analysis of a physical scene, for instance, detection of objects or prediction of trajectory, navigation support, and overall context awareness. Then to the right, we have the digital twin family. Digital twin, quite known and commonly found. It's combining the use cases where digital representation of the real world are created and displayed for real-time interactions, control, process management, or component management. And this can be part also of construction sites, city infrastructure, or managing manufacturing plants. Then we have the fully connected world family. This includes use cases where global coverage and service coverage and network access is needed across all the people on our planet. This need for broadband services and ubiquitous network access enables digital sobriety, digital services, autonomous supply chains, for example, and so on. And then finally, the environment family. So here we have the main representative use case is human-centric services. This includes then local environments like we can find in hospitals, schools, or workplaces. And the aim is to deliver services to support well-being or autonomy in daily life. So we have worked on an analysis, and to find more here in the deliverable 1.2. So first of all, we have a description of the whole use case. We have the description. We go through problems, challenges, problems to be solved or challenges. And as well, we talk about why do we need 6G here? And that's an important aspect as well. We can bring this to technical requirements and then to KPIs. And on the other hand, and this is this dual approach, we have the sustainability analysis. So we have sustainability footprints, and that's a kind of cost, let's say, and the sustainability handprints, which are the benefits. These footprints and handprints are analyzed according to the 3 sustainability domains. We provide as well service scenario examples, go into some deployment aspects, and as well business model and stakeholder analysis. So business model and stakeholder analysis, as well as the other dotted lines, are not here in the presentation, but please refer to our deliverable 1.2 for having the details. But we have a business and model and stakeholder analysis, and that's based on reviewing of existing business model approaches and ongoing deployments. And rapidly, the methodology here consists in 3 steps: building the ecosystem business model canvas, the stakeholder analysis, and an ecosystem pie chart. So you can find details in the deliverable 1.2. So now just going to the use cases, and maybe not all in detail, but just to explain you here, on the left, this blue highlighted name is the family. So find the immersive experience here as family. And then you have the use case name, the representative use case of the title here, seamless immersive reality. So the description, then here, and all the other points I just mentioned. So here, that's based on XR technology. So for fulfilling human need for immersive digital environments, combines the mixed reality collaboration, the immersive telepresence. We have here the interaction. We have then enabling a significant improved quality of experience that we can live and work from everywhere, let's say. And to achieve this seamless service continuity as challenges that we have to attack here and to tackle, and as well the privacy protection in such kind of setup. On the technical side, then here we find the compute capabilities, involvement of AI, ML, sensing, including joint communication sensing, positioning, accuracy, and so on. Privacy protection, a very important point. And then the new part, sustainability analysis. For sustainability handprints and environmental parts, I could see some increased resource efficiency, reduced need for extensive venue infrastructure. But also on the other hand, maybe there's increased electronic waste because we need more devices, more material. We have a higher energy consumption. On the social part, then we have enhanced opportunities, enhanced and interactive cultural and social experience. But privacy, of course, has to be assured. That's a concern here. And the economic part, we have improved efficiency, productivity can be enhanced. But on the other hand, we have a massive initial to do. So we have to keep in mind on service and maintenance costs. So application here is, for instance, the use case you see here, hybrid immersive classroom scenario where, for instance, students rather than the blue-handed are on the same room. A third student is connecting remotely and the teacher as well, and they work together on some kind of lessons
workshop
or whatever. Because we are running out of time, so I will not go in detail. We have all the use cases analyzed here now on this basis, and we have a nice sum up here in the slides. You have the cooperating mobile robots from the collaborative robots family. And each time we have the sustainability analysis here included in our use case analyzation, and in addition to technical requirements and the KPIs. Network assisted mobility from the physical awareness family, real-time digital twins. So here the aspect is, of course, on real-time interaction and very low latency. The ubiquitous network, so fully connected world family, you can connect from everywhere. And so that especially for the access to digital services, digital inclusion, very important, and human-centric services. So this is just here overview of what we did in Hexa-X-II on the use cases, and you may deep dive after the meeting later on in these slides. I think my time is over, and thank you very much.